Good afternoon. I want to talk to you about the No Child Left Behind Act because I gave an overview, but I didn't go into great detail, and this is very important. So, in 2001, during the George Bush era, there was the No Child Left Behind Act. And the purpose of the No Child Left Behind Act was that schools and districts needed further accountability, starting with standardized curriculum, test scores, analysis of data, teacher education, and looking at highly qualified teachers. When schools weren't making it, they were asked to improve, go through corrective action, or to shut down. There were many measures to oversee these schools and to make sure that they were making the grade. The school could be either restructured or the principal removed, or this could happen over, there were different phasing out periods in terms of the school making improvements or shutting down. And then I want to go into highly qualified teachers. What does that mean? Before No Child Left Behind, there was latitude in the schools to, they could try to find a teacher in the subject area, but if they couldn't, they would put in, often it's not the right thing, but they would put in a teacher who really didn't know the content area. They needed to fill the vacancy, and they might give an English teacher a couple of science classes, or they might give somebody a couple of special ed classes. And what the No Child Behind Act meant was that every teacher should be highly qualified, especially those in failing schools, because after all, those kids weren't getting the benefit of teachers being trained, having the right knowledge, having the subject area knowledge to teach the kids, or the specialty in special education. So this also meant that the colleges needed to change the teacher education program, make more national standards and stick to them, really stick to them when certifying teachers or getting them ready for teacher certification exams. The other part of No Child Left Behind is that parents were now entitled to really get a look at the school data. That if a school was failing, a parent would get the chance to get a notice that they could transfer their child, and that they would get a seat in another district. Also, if the school was failing, the parent could get free tutoring services. They call that supplemental education services. That would be in addition to the regular school day, remedial services. They could get services after school. Usually a private tutoring agency comes in to help their child. So all of this is a result of No Child Left Behind. These were some very important programs, even though people criticized them. It put accountability on the map in terms of our country. Also, there was a greater focus on educational technology for everybody. That data should also be available online, more transparency with data. Schools should be drug-free. I know that sounds obvious, but now it's really something that's on the map. That after-school clubs had the ability to meet, no matter what religion, race, or creed, as long as there were certain guidelines, which are, following legal guidelines, but now it was equal access for all. So if you were accepting government money, if you were public school, you had to follow these guidelines. Even if you were a private school and you were accepting government money, you had to follow these guidelines. So that's a little more depth than the overview. So thank you very much. Have a great day.